Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Trade Ideas Live Trading Room recap for Wednesday, March the 21st. My name is Barry Anderson, moderator of your room. Any questions you may have for me, you can use this email address. This is a link to get into our free room. You do not have to be a member of Trade Ideas to be in our free trading room. This is a link for a subscription. There's a promo code there for 15% off, either on a monthly. The promo code will only be good for the first month, or an annual subscription. Of course, the 15% would be for the whole year. I open the room at about 9 o'clock Eastern Time. That's when I start to share my screen, and I get live on the mic at about 9:05. I go to 3:30 Monday to Thursday, and 3 o'clock on Fridays. All right, well, actually, a very light trading day for me again today, but this one has turned out to be extremely good. CRR came from, I've got to do a better job at writing down why I saw this one. I think this came on the whole number break, 8. But why I really like this is take a look at it on the daily chart. Look at the void, or the gap, void, whatever you want to call it. Look left on this daily chart. Now, the energy sector was ripping today, and this is in the energy sector. Okay, support activities for oil and gas. So it's in that sector. So this was ripping, but I loved the daily chart. So you can see, and if you follow me enough, you know that I love it when stocks trade just a little bit above the whole number. So let's go back to it. And I took the trade at 8:14. So it wasn't right on the break. It was sort of, I think it was kind of drifting around a little bit. Actually, I took the trade right here. 8:14. That's right. Took the trade right here. And it had a nice little pop. Looked like it was going to go on its way. The only problem I had with this one, even though there's only 23 million in the float, not very many shares in the float, just didn't really have a rip. 74%. Now, I'm not 100% sure. This is what I'm talking about. I'm not 100% sure that number is right. We get this is the information that we have from our data provider. But even if it's not 74%, it's probably some high number of shares that are short. So of course, what does that mean? As a stock starts to move up in price, if you're short and you start to see a stock move up, you probably, maybe not going to cover your entire position, but you'll start to cover maybe, which of course fuels more buying. So anyway, this is where I got in. I watched this little pop, but as it was pulling back a little bit, I thought, you know what, I better protect myself just a little bit. So I did sell some at it was actually at 8:20. Able to hold on then, and then just in the last 15 minutes or so, it's had a nice little pop. So, and as we always talk, at least I always talk about it on a percentage basis, you can't beat it. 8:14 to 8:40, that's just a great percentage move. So that is one of the ones I did today. I did take the CEI trade from Holly. Basically was flat on it. There was the alert at 128. It did pop almost immediately to 144, and then it started to move down. I said, you know what? I can't risk this. This only has 2.5 million in the float. So I didn't see any specific news on this stock. This is in the, again, small energy sector stock, maybe, moving with the energy sector, but I didn't see anything specific with this stock, which got me a little bit concerned. When you have a low float situation, yes, they can move up quickly, but they can move down just as quickly. So I decided that discretion was the better part of valor in this one, and I basically got a flat. I missed this first pop. It happened so quickly, and then it came right back down. So I got in at was in at 132, and I basically got out there too. And I was telling people, this is why you have to watch these so closely. You just can't, you can't get into a stock like this with 2.5 million in the float and then go for an hour run and expect it to, I'm not saying it's going to do this, but you just have to be very wary of these low float stocks. They're wonderful when they go up, but they're miserable when they go down. And that is, I guess NIHD. That was another one that I took. And I'm all out of this one. This one again came on the whole number break of 2, and it was okay. It just didn't move. It has 100 million shares in the float. I think I liked the daily on it. Yeah, I think if you I move it back just a little. Yeah, you see what I'm looking left here, so it had the chance to really start filling into this area here. Just really didn't do it. It did get as high as 220, what, 228, but it wasn't as dynamic as I was hoping. Again, there's the flip side. You have 100 million shares in the float. So it's going to take a bit to move a stock, especially if there's not any, I didn't see any specific news about it. It was moving with the kind of, up with the market and all. I didn't see any specific news about it. So I took this trade at 211. Took the trade at 211 and it did move all the way up here. I sold some at 221. But you see how choppy it is on a 15-minute chart. This is not a good sign when you have all these topping tails, some bottoming tails. A 15-minute chart should look smoother than this. This is what you expect out of a 5 or a 2-minute chart. Anyway, I'm all out of it now. Got out right around here. So that's it. So a very light trading day again for me. Hardly any earnings plays, but this one has turned out to be very, very good on a percentage basis. Hardly any earnings plays at all. These are the ones that are up, very few, and these are the ones that are down, very few. Usually this will be full. I can only really look at the top 5, but the earning season will come. It's probably another couple, maybe 2 to 3 weeks away. Let me, in fact, see where Alcoa is. That's normally, yeah, Alcoa releases in 19 days. That's kind of, I know some of the financials. I think J.P. Morgan releases the week before, but this is sort of the unofficial kickoff to earnings. So we're still about maybe a month away, 19 trading days away. Anyway, that's about it. I want to get back into the room. Today is FOMC day, so minutes released, I think, or they'll discuss everything at 2 o'clock. The market is looking probably at a rate increase. We'll see. An interest rate increase, of course, so we'll have to see what happens there. And that's it. So I will bring back the capture program. If you have any questions for me, just use this email address. And this is the link to get into our free room. Again, we don't even ask for a credit card. Just you go to that, click on the link, or copy and paste it. And I think you give us your email, we send you an email back. You create a password one time, and then that's it. And again, here's a link for a subscription to Trade Ideas. And I'll open the room tomorrow at about 9 o'clock Eastern Time. That's when I'll start to share my screen. And I'll get live on the mic at about 9:05. So everybody have a great evening, and we'll see you in the trading room tomorrow. Bye-bye.